What's good, gang gang? Lovely soul Empress here, coming to do a full moon reading for you guys. Okay, so let me light some incense and we're gonna get started. We're gonna take a look at what's coming in for the collective. All right, I'm sure you guys are aware there's a lot going on. And you know, before we actually get started in the overall reading, because I don't know what's gonna come out right now, I feel like what's good, Leah Lou, BJ Campbell, Angela. I have some information for you guys and you can go check it out independently. All right, what's good, Tamila? Y'all know how I give you some information and then you gotta look, well, this one's gonna be coded, okay? So you gotta understand what I'm saying. You gotta try to understand. What's good, see? Okay, so there's been a lot of things going on. What's good, PJ, Rose, PJ, I'm sorry, JP, and what's good, Copenhagen? Something came out last month that people weren't paying attention to, neither did I. But I feel like you should all, even regardless of where you live, let me make that clear. Regardless of where you live. What's good, Leslie? There is a need for the collective to go check out the New York City government page and what they're telling their people to pay attention for. And I'm going to just leave it at that. Y'all need to go take a look at that. Okay? Y'all need to take a look at that shit. Okay? Because I feel like a lot of what we've been talking about has to do with what's going on over there. Okay, so y'all need to go do your research and pull up NewYorkCity.gov and look at what they have been preparing the public for. Okay? Well, there's two things that they did, Rose, okay? One was an alert, okay? And the other one was a practice that they never done before, okay? And I'm gonna explain to you the second one because you got to go look at it for the first one, okay? So the second alert that they gave, or a new thing that they implemented, was that they put a lot of the canned goods in containers, you know, in containers. And they said it was because there was a growing shoplifting. Listen, I'm from New York City. I'm trying to tell you something. That shit ain't because of that. Okay? It's not because of that. All right? I'm trying to give y'all some information here. And I spoke to somebody that works in a particular industry. Okay? And basically what they were saying about this implementation of this new thing that they've done, sorry, I'm looking for a deck, is that, could we equal out the likes, please? Is that there would be a reason. Yes, hon. Can you say it again? Okay, L Cube was good. Okay, Angela, you're on it. Angela's comment is on it. Okay, I know somebody who works in a particular industry that has to do with things that could be radiated. How they could be radiated, right? But it turns out that that would be a way to make sure that certain products don't get dust on them, because people might think they could just wipe it off before they opened it. Are y'all paying attention? Do you guys get what I'm trying to say? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I feel like as soon as you go and you see, what's good, Vida Love? As soon as you go and you see what was it that they're implementing and then adding what they did with the canned goods, it's alarming. No, they didn't, Copenhagen. They're actually trying to protect it. Can somebody explain to her, please? Somebody put it in the chat. Okay, there's funny things happening right now, guys. Okay? And I feel like we need to pay attention. Because why, if this is such a concern, then why isn't it being disseminated so that people could understand? Or is it that they're concerned about something happening? No, it's not that they put anything in it. It's that they're trying to cover it from a particular type of dust should an occurrence happen. Y'all follow me? Thank you, Leah Lou. Thank you, Leah Lou. You got it. Thank you, Leah Lou. This is something that they should be telling people. Last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less, feel more. What they're saying is that we need to be very tapped into what is happening and how it resonates in your body. In your body. Now, how could that how could that happen? It could be two ways, right? You know, we got all this solar flare shit happening, correct? That could do it. Or, you know, should there be a ramping up of an international incident? Okay, so I feel like New York is trying to figure out how to protect and advise the public should a situation arise. You feel me? Thank you, Rose. Listen, I lived in New York, you know, till about 30. They don't talk about that shit. Okay, I'm trying to tell you something. What's good, Pink? Last quarter moon in Aquarius, okay? Reflect on your priorities, right? Three cases of water per person in your home. Make sure you have that. Some supplies. Right, because they're not going to make it a thing, but it's a thing. You feel me? New moon in Virgo. Trust that all will be well, right? Because we are protected, but we also have to pay attention, okay? Last quarter moon in Scorpio. Reveal what needs to be seen, and something is going to be revealed. And I feel like there's a lot of things that's not making the news, okay? And sidebar before I even get into the reading, because like I said, I don't know what Spirit is going to talk about right now. There was an incident today in Ohio. I don't know why it's not being covered by all the news stations. Only local news is covering it. But, you know, the orange one had that situation on Monday. And then, you know, the orange one went and said a whole bunch of fake shit, right? To aggravate people and keep the aggravation going. And Earlier today, somebody went into a 3-letter agency that served that situation. And somebody went in there and started to try to shoot it up. And they got away. And they got down the road. And they're in a standoff. Okay, the last thing I checked, they have the person contained. Correct, Copenhagen. They have the person contained, but they have not brought the person into custody. This is an indication that this is going to start happening on a national level because of what this person said. Aight? So, you know, heads on a swivel, gang. Right? For those of you that are new to my channel, you know I talk in code a lot, okay? Because it's better that I talk in code and, you know, you guys are very bright, right? Then the information doesn't get out. You know what I'm saying? So things are happening quickly now, and I feel like that's what they want to talk about. And there is a particular man who has the heart of a large segment of the population. I was just watching. Good. Finally, they put it on. Because I was waiting for them to put it on and they hadn't. Okay, so this person, you know, you got man holding a heart with action, right? There's a fight for control of the heart of the nation or the hearts of people's minds, okay? And some things are done or said to prevent people from taking action, but it's also other things are done to push people into action to prevent certain agencies to try to limit their reach, because this person's trying to use the court of public opinion to get themselves out of trouble, right? And this is our cornucopia, right? We're finally starting to unlock the blessings. What's good through Maddie's eyes? We're finally starting to unblock things so that this new timeline, Aquarius, and tonight is a super moon, okay? In Aquarius, right? And I feel like what's happening here is that people, there are certain people, you know, we've been talking about the number 13. What's good, nobody knows, right? We've been talking about the number 13 and how these people, they sometimes take things that are in the public and try to shape them in a way that suits them, okay? So they're figuring they can use this to freeze the forward motion of the spiritual community, okay? Magician in the mirror, and this has very much to do with the portal 8-8, which is still open, okay? It's still open. All right, and things are going to be uncovered with this 5th chakra Archangel Gabriel. Things are going to be spoken. A lot of things are going to be spoken into the public. Okay, everybody needs to be doing research right now. Everybody needs to be doing research right now. Okay, this is not the time to have your head in the sand. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Nobody knows. Okay, so I'm trying to tell y'all, please, guys. All right. I don't care how far you are from this place, from New York City, right? I don't care how far you are. The ramifications would be global. Global. For many reasons. All right, so I really need you guys to make sure that you're paying attention right now. There's things to be concerned about. I'm not saying be in fear, right? You know what we practice over here? We practice preparedness. Okay, so that we can control our, so we can control our vibration, so that when these things happen in the collective and everybody's freaking out, it is global. Thank you very much, Angela. Aquarius is, you know, the sign of the collective, okay? And it also is, you know, innovation, right? So understand that this is an Aquarius super moon, okay? This is also, you know, Saturn karma is in retrograde. So it might appear to you right now like, how do I explain this? It might appear to you like everything's going crazy, but this is all the unlocking that has to happen, so that when Saturn goes in forward motion, everything is clear. Okay, so that's what's happening. There's uncovering, guys. Okay, now September, I believe it's September 9th or September 2nd, around there. Mercury's gonna go retrograde, gang. You know, what do they say? Believe none of what you see and half of what you heard, all right? During that time, people are going to be trying to put, you know, like throw salt in the game, like to confuse people, okay? So we got butterfly regeneration, okay? And I feel like this is, we already came out of the chrysalis, guys, okay? And this is the unlocking, okay? This is the unlocking. And now it's time for us to like be ready to pollinate this information on a wider basis. In the Danish newspapers today, they are talking about that there may be a civil war, and they're talking about meetings with experts. Yes, that, you know, there is a problem with that right now. Okay. So they're comparing it to the election of 1860, where Abraham Lincoln fought to hold the country together. That following year, the Civil War began. That is correct, okay? And that situation that you're talking about, that also has to do with the 13, because they were the ones. Okay? Thank you so much. And listen, I'm not trying to like get anybody to, you know, like up money, but let me tell you something. We need to build the Patreon community, because there's things that I can't say here, gang. There's things that I can't say here, and I think I'm going to restructure the levels, because I want to make sure that people have access to the information. But it's not going to be able to be, a lot of it's not able to be done here, gang. Okay, so you got Rose Love, okay, and the Divine Mother, that's number 33, okay? She is, I will go on, I just have to know, to get to know, yes. Okay, so I feel like, the Divine Mother is going to be pouring in love, okay? She also wants us to stay in the frequency of love no matter what we see. No matter what we see, people, okay? Greetings. Greetings. Merging timelines. I love the name, sweetheart. I do. My Patreon, you'll find it under Lovelee Soul. Like, listen, you're not gonna find a different name. Like, my name is the same everywhere, okay? Because I don't want anybody trying to impersonate me. Like, you guys that have been with me, you know that I don't jump in anybody's inbox asking them if they need a reading or any of that shit, okay? That's not me. All right? That's not how I operate. Yeah, I wish the world wasn't so cruel too. Okay, so there's things that we'll be able to talk about here, but I'm going to start keeping it lighter here. We're going to have these more serious conversations over there because there's reasons why I'm saying this to you. Look, moon, cycles, everything that is happening now has happened before. Okay, and this desert thirst here, they're trying to like put lack, right? People are filling their own cups and they're like, we can't have that, right? And the forest, the diversity, right? They're like, it's getting too diverse. Okay, they're starting to come together. They're starting to nourish their souls. All right, and that's a problem, right? And Spirit is telling you, okay, yeah, because it's getting out of control, Copenhagen. I hope you guys are communicating with each other, okay? Because like we have a very good community here where we all like share information. Okay, you're not being misled in this chat. Okay, you're not being misled in this chat, and I probably will start doing those readings over there in September. Okay, so you guys got a couple weeks to get it together, but a lot of these type readings, they're gonna be over there because it's getting real in the field, gang. I'm gonna pull it in the shadows because I want to see what's going on. Spirit, what's in the shadows? Thank you. This hat is so old. It's so old. It's got to be like 20 years old, and I love this hat. Yeah, everybody needs to try, you know, to figure out a way. Okay, because we need to be able to have more open conversations. I don't really know you coming out crossed. So the public, thank you. The public is confused right now. And they're being purposely misled. I'm waiting for an apology. They think that somebody has been wronged. And this person is very similar to, you know, like I just said, there's nothing that's new, right? And this person, they're mimicking somebody from like the 20s and the 30s, gang. I'm sure you can figure out who it is, okay? Okay? H, right? H, this person is using H's techniques. Look at us. Look at the collective. You did not break me, right? But they're trying, right? So this is a bucket hat. This is a bucket hat, Maddie. And I actually wear like a fedora. And it's red. And they can feel that the timeline is about to shift. And they're trying to keep control. Now, this is as above, so below. This is also happening in your personal life, okay? There's people who, you know, don't want to let go, right? Spirit just said, watch people's body language. Let me tell you something else. And I did some verifying. I did some verifying. And also go look right? Last month we had you know, the prime minister. It is a Kango. You know what it is, girl. Last month, a world leader resigned from Japan. So I'm looking online yesterday, and I had some trouble verifying, but it looks like everybody resigned from there. Now, why would that happen? I'm not fucking kidding. Go look it up. Everybody resigned. That's weird as fuck. Especially since they're having weather problems over there. Okay? Especially since they're having weather problems over there. I just saw a video, you know, one of you guys sent it to me. Okay? And their streets were coming up and they were flooding. Okay? So, like, there's something, listen, people, I'm trying to tell y'all something. All right? It does 2 plus 2, you know, is, and they're telling us it's 5. You understand? There's missing information, missing players. I feel like when you look at the situation in a vacuum and you look at one thing, the weather, it's kind of weird today. When you look at one thing isolated, it's like, wow, that shit is weird, right? But when you look at all the things together, you're like, nah, something ain't right, right? So think about what we have had happen since the summer solstice, okay? What happened since the summer solstice? We had the solar flares on the, was it the 3rd? We had CERN. We had the Georgia stones. I mean, all right, people, please pay attention. I feel like if we don't make lists, we're not going to remember. That's how bad it is. That's how much shit is coming out, that if we don't make lists, we're not going to remember, people. We're not going to remember because it's fucking crazy right now. All right? And that's part of it, is because if they inundate you with so much stuff, they feel like you'll just tune out, right? And some stuff ain't even making the news the way it should be. It's making local news. Okay? So here we have the King of Cups. Do I do distance Reiki? I don't know if I really want to do distance Reiki, but I'm a Reiki master, so it's not like I can't. And, you know, if you want, send me an email. We'll have a conversation about that. Okay? 9 of Swords, okay? There's a masculine who is concerned about information or something, and they're in the 9 of Swords, okay? There's a situation arising here about the knowledge of the collective, and something rising out of the water as well, which they knew. That looks like a mermaid, okay? I've been seeing a lot about that too, but this is something that has been hidden, okay? And these look like rocks, but they're not rocks. Yes, 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 Leslie. This is what I'm fucking saying, okay? So you see these rocks are really like shadowy figures, okay? So there's things that are being stored by us under the water. But there's also things that are being stored by something else. Okay, and that situation jumps off where we started talking about New York City. There's going to be a lot of things rising out of the water. You understand? Like lots. 10 of Sticks. They're concerned about systems holding. Systems holding all over the world. This is everywhere. Systems holding all over the world. Okay, yes, red skies, right? And they're worried, right? Two of Pentacles. Can we keep the balance now that things are becoming more burdensome? Can we control the narrative? With the Eight of Swords, okay, and before I even move on with this Two of Pentacles, you know, one hand does one thing, it's a sleight of hand. Look over here, look over here. Meanwhile, this hand is doing something, right? But it's becoming too much because there's so many things happening that how do you do the sleight of hand when shit is breaking in the collective, right? And then you got the Eight of Swords coming out here across. Spirit, why is this Eight of Swords here? With the Three of Pentacles, oh my goodness, in reverse, because they can't have everybody getting together. So this is the goal. Let's stop all the collaborations. There's also going to be new divisions. New divisions. New alliances. Okay, because the unit, the soul tribe, the family units, they're becoming stronger. They're remembering things, okay? Memories don't live like people do, right? And right here, you have the Ten of Swords, but you see how something is rising? Okay, also check out Siberia and why is it melting? Can we talk about Las Vegas and why the desert is flooding? Can we talk about this shit? Okay? Can we talk about this shit? Because this shit ain't something not right, okay? With the Ten of Coins. And people have been trying to claim their birth certificates. If y'all were paying attention to me yesterday, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you went and you did a little bit of research, you'll know what I'm talking about, right? And they're like, oh no, the generational wealth, right? With the Knight of Pentacles, how do we slow it down? It's becoming a massive thing. They're discovering the secret. We got to do something. Look at the sky looking colored right there. We got to do something. Right? And then the Five of Baskets. And the collective. And the collective will be crying over spilled milk. And then the Tower came out in reverse. Right? Who are we going to blame? How can we prevent this? Right? With the Five of Wands, like Copenhagen was saying, uprisings everywhere. Everywhere. Should it happen here, it's happening everywhere. Nine of Six. So you have the Nine of Sticks here. You see she has her Bible and her gun, right? And with this, you know, she's like, I have my faith and my spirituality, my religion, whatever you might believe, but I also have my protection, right? And it's also showing me the ancestors are filing in behind. The ancestors are filing in behind. Oh, so it's time to give the smoke? Okay. Okay. Because, you know, what you may have now with this Ace of Pentacles cross, it probably, you know, won't be very useful or accessible and far as assets. Some of them, like property, could actually, you know, be seized and said, well, we need to use this for X, Y, and Z purpose. But what we will have is the Ten of Cups. It's a family affair, right? So this is about, you know, what's going to bring us through is the love frequency. That's why Spirit is saying don't be indifferent. Don't, you know, give in to vice when all this begins, right? Look at stuff rising out of the water. What the fuck did I say? Right? Because it's like they want to confuse the public, okay? Got you, Rose P. I'm watching, okay? Sometimes it's hard for me to follow exactly everything, but I try my best, okay? That's a great logo for Spiritually Strapped, right? And that's what I am. I am a spiritually strapped, okay? And if you're over here, we're spiritually strapped together because we ain't playing no games with these peoples, okay? What did I say about vices? Okay? And this, you know, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, guys. Okay, you got provider at the bottom of the deck. This is Spirit. Spirit said, I will provide for you. You must have faith. 3 cases of water for each person. Okay? And we need to start teaching the young. Teaching the young about planting, about preparedness. Okay, we also have out here the final approach. And before I go any further, we're going to clarify some of these. Addict Spirit. So some people, the spiritually strapped people, they're going to be the Hierophant. They're going to have hope and faith, right? And the other people, they're going to go to vice because it's going to be too much. This is the splitting, like our friend here that says, what was it? What was her name? Joining timelines or something like that, right? So the 2 timelines, right? So some people going to go to vice, and then other people are going to go to spirituality. Always choose spirituality, okay? Now you have mentorship here. Like I was saying, we got to keep the kids, you know, teach them certain basic things, okay? Everybody needs a go bag. In this go bag, you need to make sure that you have, you know, some dry things, right? Like let's say a couple of granola bars, you know, some water. Also keep some water in your car. Dry socks, okay? You never know what the situation will be, right? A copy of all important documents, okay? Even if they're not the official, okay? I feel like they will be allowed to be used until official ones are obtained. Make sure you got copies, people. Okay, because you got mentor and then you got the lovers. Okay, we need to make sure that the young know how to make good choices even if they're alone. In that preparedness that New York City was talking about, they were talking about don't come get your kids out of school. What? Say what? Say what? Right? So there could be a situation where when something happens, you may not be with your people and they need to know what to do. Okay? This is reminding me to really get my 3 cases of water. The weather here has been so unusual, and it's hurricane season. Half of the Caribbean has not been getting enough rain. Yes, please, please, all right? And then you got final approach. Why? Because Spirit's saying that we have to get ready now because this could be happening in short order, like within, today's the 11th, and you know September 11th, right? So, you know, if there was going to be something that was go down, you know, motherfuckers might use, you know, a date that is already a tragedy or in thereabouts. You got me? And I already told you in that other reading that we were doing that it was saying that they were going to be like, oh, we'll help you. And that Spirit was, and that was the one that I did on the 22nd. So it was the one right after the summer solstice, okay? Where I had that important download. Right? So it's either the summer solstice reading or the one that was right after that. And what's good, the goods? You guys need to, you know, if you didn't see it, if you're new to my channel, you need to head over there and check it out because there's important information in there, okay? So the final approach is coming, okay? And you see, it's already, things are coming out into the open, right? And then there's the Phoenix Rising. Right? And this is us, the collective, right? This is the collective, right? And the Divine Mother returning, right? And you know the cats, they belong to the Egyptians, right? And the Phoenix Rising, Isis, right? And then the 3 of coins coming out crossed, right? The collaborations. Look at these women. White, black, Latino, all shades. The women, the women. These damn women. And her especially, she's the ringleader. Right? And what comes out? Supreme ordeal. Spirit. The Magician with the Supreme ordeal. Now this magician, there's 2 magicians, as above, so below. The Divine Mother and the one that opposes her. And this is you know, what was it? Extinction mass level event, right? Look at the dinosaurs, right? So think of it in 2 ways. Think of it as the patriarchy being punished for choices and things that they've done. But then also think of it as they're trying to stop us from stopping them. So who wins, right? Right, it's strange, right? We're in August and there's no hurricanes, but thank God, because, you know, the Caribbean has suffered enough. right? Last card, the aggressor. And one of you asked me about the distance Reiki, and it came up right here. So you know what? Maybe that's going to be one of the things I do on Patreon for everybody, right? Look at this. Aggressor. Love conquers all. Look at her throwing the distance Reiki symbol to like push out the positive energy. Healing the collective. Page of coins. And teaching as many as we can. And remember, I had done that reading and I was saying that we were being disseminated to places so that we could be the leaders of our own tribes, because we need to share the information, right? Because we're going to be in charge of keeping this at bay, but they're trying to, you know, chain us up energetically. I also feel like there could be an incident with the sun, and also that same incident that I was talking about, like with New York, would also make the sky look like that. And then they're going to try to say that everybody has to stay inside, right? Everybody got to stay inside, and we're going to lock up anyone who doesn't. Okay, so I feel like what they're saying here is that this is the Tower. Okay, but we're gonna come out all right, but you have to be prepared, like, you know. So Spirit's like, yeah, I got you, but you also, we're co-creating. You got to help me out too. Make sure you got your water. Make sure you got your granola bars. Make sure you have some dried fruit. Make sure you got batteries. I already told y'all, go get a solar charger. They got them on Amazon between $30 and $50. You can plug in several devices on it. I thought that this was going to be like more geared to like what we should concentrate on, but Spirit's like, there's no time left. We need to talk about the things that need to be done. Cause I'm still standing better than I ever been. Looking like a true survivor. Feeling like a little kid. Spirit just said that your inner child knows. Your inner child knows because they can feel the energy strongest, okay? Gift. Also be careful of gifts, you know? Like, we got this free thing for you. You know, maybe it's another jab, but I feel like it isn't. I feel like it's supplies. It doesn't come to your region. Two incidences. Change on change. So two incidences. And then each side, because these are the two sides, will be blaming each other. These are powers. Superpowers, right? And then the mature man, I wonder who that is, that poor old man. Indeed, though, they're stressing him out. And he spent so much time in the government trying to be of use and of service, and he was loved at one time, but now because of all of the things that the orange one did, they're trying to set him up to fail. And he's old. He should be in his retirement years, okay? But you know what I'm saying? And in truth, we didn't have anybody else. I want y'all to think we didn't have anybody else that was even close to beloved like that. And so I feel like they told him he had to run. Let's be clear. Okay, and all the things that are happening. So this person, they passed several bills that we've been waiting on for decades here. Okay, and they got them through, and nobody's paying attention to the successes. Okay, they put a 40% reduction in carbon, and nobody's recognizing it because there's so many other things that are happening, right? And then Dr. Buzzard here, what's that? Because they have to go by who is beloved, really, and that's the problem, right? That there's such mass confusion, okay, about what is good, because somebody is blaming things that they've done on somebody else. And the justice system is out on a limb right now, trying to save what is left of the confidence of the public. Okay? And the public is not being empathetic, is not realizing what's happening, okay? Okay? I feel like what Spirit is saying is that it's really time to have some things in order. And what saddens me is that there's places around the world that would need to rely on us. And it's probably not going to happen because we're going to have our own fucking problems, right? Let me just give this a quick shuffle. And then I'm going to eat something and take a nap, as I'm tired as hell. I've been doing readings all day before I come on this evening for the Patreon gang. So tonight's Patreon will be for the top tier. New love. So you got new love here crossed, okay? They're trying to put somebody new in the public eye to sway the followers of the orange one, but they're not listening. Okay? They're too busy kissing his ass. Right? And engagement. And this is actually accelerating everything that's happening. This is accelerating things. Love on the brain, engagement, right? So you got engagement coming out in the upright, and love on the brain is coming out crossed, okay? This is not the scenario. This is not the scenario of the frequency of love, okay? We are getting that frequency, and they want to stop all this engagement. Oh boy. So they could stop all this engagement by affecting the internet. Past life relationship. As I said, everything that's happening now has happened in some other way before, right? And then you got extra triggered. This is how the collective is feeling, right? But also within us, we have all these Akashic records that being unlocked, right? And we're recognizing that as a collective globally, we've been lied to. right? In their head, overthinking, stressed, overanalyzing. And now it's like we're energetically switching spaces. Like we might be angry, but we feel more free with the knowledge, and they feel repressed with this knowledge. Okay? All right? And Spirit says to trust in Spirit because they're moving us to calmer waters. Okay? Also, give your relationship a chance here. And I feel like this has to do with partnerships that we have with people, whether these are like personal, you know, sexual relationships, or you know, like your community. Like it's gonna be time to, we have to work together. Okay, with this give your relationships a chance, and 8 of Wands, like, because we're gonna need to communicate for the way forward. Okay, that's what Aquarius is bringing us for the full moon, right? Remember, Aquarius rules networking and, you know, change, right? It's ruled by Uranus, which is sitting in Taurus, and it's in a hard square. So if there's something that's gonna crack in the collective, it's fucking now, right? It's forcing us into this new timeline, right? And it's disseminating information that was once hidden, and they're preparing us for the strength, okay, for what we need to do. And I feel like what Spirit is saying is we've been talking about this for a couple months. Spirit said now is the time to be prepared. Okay, they may show up as little things like, you know, just random explanations to the collective, like, oh, by the way, just in case, you should get ready for this type of incident, and oh, by the way, we're putting canned goods in boxes, or, you know, in containers, right? But no, nothing to worry about, right? And then one day it could happen in the middle of the night, we could be asleep. So have your things, okay? I feel like, if, you know, I don't know about other places in the world, but there could be a situation, right, where you're going to be hearing alarms. And remember, I had that on the day of the summer solstice, and I told everybody to go and do a meditation in the sun. And I was talking about alarms ringing and the sky being red, and go watch the shit. I'm gonna pull it up, and then I'm gonna leave it on my community thing, okay? For you guys who haven't seen it and who might be new, okay? Y'all need to check it out, because it's like the pieces fit together, okay? So listen, guys, Spirit's telling you, get ready for the new timeline, positive and negative, and have all your ducks in a row, because change is coming, and it's activating Uranus and then Saturn. It's real, and we need to be focused right now, okay? So that's what I have for you guys today. I'm gonna get a postcard for you guys, and then I'm up out of here. Where is it? Oh, I can't get that. All right, let's get a note from the divine. Let's get a note from the divine. Let's get a note from the divine. And listen, guys, I don't think you guys really know how much I love you guys, okay? Like, last night when I was doing my research, I was like, damn, it's late. Like, I wanted to hit people up last night and tell them, like, oh my God, do you see this? Like, I really worry about my collective, okay? I really do. Trust me, I'm not making a grip over here, okay? I'm not, all right? So this is done out of love. You understand? Karma is on your side. I told you everything happens before, again, right? Look at karma's on our side, right? If you could read all the minds that I read, hear all the prayers that I hear, and beat all the hearts that I beat, I wonder if you ever believe how often you're thought of, talked about, and fallen in love with. It's payback time. Andale, the universe, right? And I was just saying how much I love you guys, right? Guys, karma is being returned to those who have abused power. And even though we shouldn't be afraid, we need to know how to step out of the way. And that's what Spirit wanted you to know today. All right? So I'm wishing you all light and love. Okay? And blessings on blessings. Namaste, gang gang. Bye.